Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. Today is part of the series Thursday's trading tips, and today's tip of the day is the question I got asked, and that is, can you trust exchanges? So let me just go ahead and get right into this video and demonstrate why you can't trust exchanges and, well, at least our current exchanges, unless, there's a couple factors involved. So I'll just get right into it. But you can donate right here if you like with Bitcoin, and then I have the other cryptocurrencies in the description. So if you want to donate in alts, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so let me switch to my screen here. Awesome. Now, let me just show you exactly how this works. So Bitcoin is decentralized. So that means that all of the miners are keeping it running. So if you have, a whole bunch of miners, these black dots represent miners. If you have a whole bunch of miners, right, and they're keeping this network running. So that means that Bitcoin is running because all these miners are all internally connected here, right? And this is an analogy as to why you can't trust exchanges. So basically the way that it works is all of these, nodes are connected to each other, and they all help support each other and keep the system running. So if one goes out, let's say that we have something happen and this node right here on the blockchain goes out, the entire blockchain is fine. It still just functions completely normal without that. It didn't actually need that node to function. It only needs a certain amount to function. So the way that centralized servers work, which is the old way of having a server before blockchains came out, is we just have one building. So we just have one place or one building where, let me draw this here, one building where all of the information is stored, and there's just basically a big wall, right? And attackers have to figure out how to get through this wall. But the thing is if you know anything about a wall, is you can just blow it up or come in through the bottom of the building, whatever you want to do. So there's basically a lot of security flaws to having all of your important information inside of here. So information, in this case, in the case of exchanges, is your money. So the data in this case is your money. That's why you can trust, you might be able to trust the company, but you can't trust the fact that hackers can get into exchanges. And if they find an opportunity, they probably will. So it is good to, obviously you can't live in fear, right? So things happen, exchanges get hacked, websites gets hacked, whether it's your Facebook that gets hacked or whether it's your exchange, places gets hacked. And until we have stuff like decentralized exchanges, there's a pretty cool project called BitShares. If you haven't looked at it, it's bitshares.org. Until we have decentralized exchanges, there's always risk. But, there's risk all the time. I do actually know somebody that's lost some money due to a hack, and it was not a good thing. So, exchanges, BitShares is a decentralized exchange. It can happen. I won't say that it's the most likely thing to happen, that your money could get stolen, but it can. So can you trust exchanges? Well, if it's never been hacked, then it's probably less likely to, especially if they have really good security. And a lot of exchanges are really good with security. But, the thing is your Bitcoin can still get pulled out of the exchange because they're holding the keys. So they technically own your Bitcoin. Unless it's on your home, your wallet on your computer, then the exchange is just working as like a temporary bank. It's just running its own little Bitcoin node. And if it gets hacked, then your money can get stolen too. So, short answer is no, you cannot trust exchanges. Long answer is you can't really trust any website. So you basically have to wait until everything runs on the blockchain, and then the world will be a much better place. But until then, You basically just have to go with whether that exchange looks like it's a safe exchange to use, its track history. You just basically don't want to go with some shady exchange. You want to go with something that you feel comfortable with. Like there's a lot of really good ones, Kraken. Um, Basically, lots of good exchanges out there that have never been hacked, and they work really, really well. Now there's also other things that can happen. It's not always the exchange's fault. Sometimes you could get a virus on your computer and get it stolen that way. So there's risk, but really, if your debit card information is on your computer, you're way worse off. And I bet you that almost every single person watching this video right now has your personal credit and debit information somewhere on your computer. So until we can have decentralized exchanges and decentralized computing on a more bigger scale, it's just a risk in general. So it's not really something that is specifically applicable to an issue inside of trading, because it's more of like a big issue inside of internet security. So yeah, that's basically my take on whether you can trust exchanges or not. I hope you learned something in this video. If you have any questions, let me know. You tweet at me, whatever you want to do. I try and get back to everybody I can, and yeah, so I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay profitable.